Greetings, beloveds. I am Ani Cafe, and I am back with another reading for the collective. Today is Monday, October the 14th. I pulled these cards on Friday, October the 11th. I like to sit with the cards and journal and marinate on the meanings and receive the downloads from Spirit. It can be a 3-day process sometimes. Today, I wanted to address all of the external stimuli that is going on in the world that can be very crazy making. We've got an election, a presidential election looming. We've had back-to-back hurricanes in the southeastern part of the country. We've got Hollywood, celebrities going down. There is no loss for distraction out there in the world and on social media. And I really just wanted to put a question out to Spirit to ask for messages and downloads that will help the collective in navigating all of the external stimuli with the goal of finding our way back to self, back to peace, back to calm. I call on Source, my higher self, my angels and guides, my whole spiritual team, asking for any messages and downloads that will assist the collective on this matter. I like to start with a 3-card pull, which is what I am doing here. Then I put the deck back together as it was originally, and I lay 9 cards to get more deeply into the reading. Typically, the first 3 cards gives me a confirmation that Spirit heard the request, and it provides the context for what the reading will be addressing. So as you can see here, I have pulled the Child, the Fish, and the Moon. The Child is something new or developing. The Fish is about wealth, abundance, and resources. The Moon card is about intuition, emotions, introspection. It can even be a card of promotion and leveling up. Also keep in mind we've just had a new moon solar eclipse on October the 2nd. So it could be also indicating the astrological energies that we are currently operating in. Together, these cards can mean newfound or developing wealth, abundance, energy flow. Energy flow is leveling up. An actual child is flourishing. Creativity is flourishing. Joy is all around. Creativity leads to financial promotion. A new opportunity for financial success. New money. The new moon cycle itself, like I said, October 2nd we just had. Something new revolves around the moon. Some of you have heard the talk of the second moon that has entered our solar system. So that's an interesting one. And in looking at the cards, the Child card has a Roman numeral 5, which indicates the 5th house in astrology, and that's the house of creativity. Children, joy, play. The Fish card has a Gemini symbol here. Gemini is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter has actually just gone retrograde in Gemini, so that could be having an impact here. We'll discuss that. And the Moon card has a Cancer symbol, which typically indicates a matter of emotional significance. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and abundance and spends about 1 year in each sign. When Jupiter is in Gemini, there's an opportunity for good fortune. Whenever your mind is stimulated and allowed to experience something new. It's a positive time for any writing, teaching, or learning projects. So this is a very positive card pull here. All of this new and creative energy that is available to us, and on an emotional level, and also could be on a material level, given that the moon can also indicate promotion, success. So I'm seeing some newfound financial blessings coming forward. Some of you folks might be experiencing a windfall of some sort, some type of financial alleviation. Good luck to you on that. Some of you who have children may notice that they are thriving, particularly right now, that the children are leveling up. These new star seeds that have come in the younger generations and these teenagers I'm speaking of in particular, they've come in with a greater sense of who they are, in my experience. And they are starting to blossom and assert themselves and change and alter the overall collective culture and society in the way that they even interact with one another, particularly as we improve upon technological advances with the internet and social media platforms and artificial intelligence. These children are comfortable with these technologies because they've never not really had them before. I am a Generation Xer, by the way. And it's interesting because our generation sort of bridges the gap, because we know what it's like to not have a cell phone. And we also now know what it's like to upload and record YouTube videos. So on par with developing technologies, whereas these children just come in with it naturally. And as they're growing and developing and coming into their own, this is having an impact on how humanity operates. And I think it's a beautiful thing. It's refreshing. It can take some getting used to. For those of us who are used, to the old ways of doing things. But it is definitely, if you have an open mind, a refreshing experience. When I pulled these cards and I saw that the fish represents Gemini, and I thought, Jupiter has just gone retrograde on October the 9th in Gemini. And when I reflected on that, because in my chart it's in the 5th house, and the 5th house is the one of the child, creativity, self-expression, experiencing joy. And a huge lesson that I'm learning having this channel is it's teaching me about how much I enjoy hearing myself. I spend a lot of time video editing, and that means I'm talking to myself a lot, literally talking to myself. It's incredibly uplifting and soothing and calming, and it makes me feel so loved by myself. So I'm like, if this is the impact that I've been having on other people who listen to my videos, then wow. It's like a rediscovery, a rehearing, a re-knowing of myself that is taking place through having this YouTube channel. And I just wanted to share that is my personal takeaway from this card pull here. It's emotionally leveling up for me because this is a newfound venture that is flowing in alignment with who I am, and it's emotionally fulfilling. And that's what I got out of the 3-card pull. And so as we go further in this reading, be thinking about the things that bring you back to center. What are some of the new things that may be developing in your life that are bringing you joy? Small or large, This reading is telling us to reflect on those things that make us smile and bring us joy. And usually it's when we are creating. When we are creating, especially something from the heart, something that we really resonate with, then we are in alignment. And when you're in alignment with what it is that you want for yourself in your life, what you want to create, then you will experience heightened joy and calm and peace and just overall resonance with life. This is what Spirit is encouraging us to reflect on as we experience distractions externally and overstimulation externally. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lay the 9 cards now. Okay, here we are back with the 9 cards laid. We have our same lead off card in the Child here. The lead off card stays the same in the 9 card pool. The other card of significance would be the card in the middle, which is the Clouds. Paying attention to what is on the foggy side versus the clearing side. I don't know if you can see this here, but this imagery here is of these clouds is actually a dragon blowing smoke. The dragon is facing this way, blowing smoke this way. So when it comes to the cloud card, the cards to the left of the cloud card, closer to the smoky side, tend to hold uncertainty, confusion. That would be more on this side, and things clearing up will be more on this side. Both of these cards are positive. The key is an opportunity, an opening, and the flower is a reward or an invitation. So both of these cards being positive on either side of the cloud card diminishes the negativity within the cloud card. This tells me that something is going to be clearing up. Something that is not yet known or not yet understood, that is confusing or uncertain, is going to be clearing up for the better. I also want to point out that the cloud card is surrounded by all positive cards. In fact, the Child being something new and developing, the Path being a decision point, sort of a neutral, the Sun being positivity, revelations, the Key being an opening and opportunity, the Flowers being a reward or an invitation, the Clover being good luck, good fortune, the Dog being trust, loyalty, and reliability, and the Ship being something headed towards you, something that's been a long time coming. So the cards surrounding the cloud card are either positive or largely positive, and a few of them are neutral. So this is a good thing. I'm liking where this is headed. Now, what's on the dark side of the clouds versus what's on the light side of the clouds? The Child, the Key, and the Clover are all fortunate opportunities, newfound opportunities that lead to good fortune, or the opportunity itself is a fortunate opportunity that's coming in soon. Being on the left side of the cloud card, it's telling me that something good is brewing that you may not be aware of yet, that you may not be clear on enough to make a decision yet, but you can be sure that you are going to be getting clear and you are going to be getting to a decision point on this new venture. With the Sun, the Flower, and the Ship over here, it reveals something that has been long awaited, or something that has been, a long time coming, or that something will be long lasting. When this reward is revealed, when the clouds clear and you finally see what your blessing is, then it will be long standing. It will have a sense of permanency to it. It is not a temporary thing. So it's either been a long time coming and or long standing. Usually things that have been a long time coming are long standing. So this is a shift that is in the making right now that is going to have a sense of permanence, and your sense of joy and peace and positivity will be sustained. So keeping in mind that the smoke is clearing as we move from left to right. Starting with the top row here. When the smoke begins to clear, you will see what you need to do. The sun is illuminating the decision point. And I feel as the smoke clears, you will become clearer on what it is you need to do, on what path it is you need to take. You will be able to make a more clear decision based on what has been developing that will open the way forward. This could be an overall redirection for you at hand. Going to the middle row, we have the opportunity that has been brewing, perhaps brewing in the storm, such that you have not been able to see the forest for the trees, is going to be clearing up, and you will soon see rich rewards for your troubles. The key is unlocking what has been delayed, perhaps. The key is unlocking what has perhaps been delayed, and that is your blessings. Your blessings are on the way. The flower has a Jupiter symbol up in the right corner. I want to point that out. And as I mentioned earlier, what is Jupiter doing in the sky? Well, Jupiter has just gone retrograde in Gemini. So that means wherever Jupiter is in your natal chart, the natal chart has 12 houses. And wherever Jupiter in Gemini falls in your natal chart will be the area from where your blessings will come. You can use any online tool to run your natal chart as long as you know your time of birth, your date, time, and location of birth. You can run your natal chart. I also read natal charts, so if you want to reach out directly to me for assistance in reading your natal chart, then just send me an email to the email address in the description box below, and I will be happy to assist you. Jupiter has just gone retrograde. That means that the expansion energy, the abundance energy is even more amplified and highlighted at this time for the collective. You can use this retrograde for self-growth, to look inward. This is a time where we can refine ourselves and who it is we want to be. Do our identity work and align with the highest version of ourselves. The cloud card also has a number 6. In the 6th house of astrology, that's the house of how you serve others, what it is that you do to serve others in the world. And also keeping in mind that the lead-in card has a 5, denoting the 5th house of creativity. So this is a time to tap into your inner child and remember who she was, who he was in his or her purest sense. And then to explore and do a deep dive into nourishing that which you think he or she would have wanted you to do or wanted you to be in the world for others. How do you serve others from your purest, innocent, childlike self? Inner work, introspection. And remember, we had pulled the moon card in the first 3. That's the card of introspection. This reading has a very emotional undertone, emotional well-being seems to be what is being addressed here. The clearing of the head, the clearing of the mind, the clearing of the heart, remembering what it was that inspired you as a child in its purest sense that you still hold in your heart. And when you can connect with that, your blessings can flow. And it's been a long time coming that your inner child has been wanting to be heard. When I think about the inner child, I'll tell us a quick story here. I have a thing with dragonflies, I think. In third grade, I recited a poem about a dragonfly. I used to collect dead bugs and glue them on poster board, and I believe I entered a couple of science fairs with that particular exhibit. And there's been lots of dragonflies around me lately in my backyard. I just recently had a run-in with a huge spider in my house, and it scared the crap out of me. I left the window open, and I believe it came through the window because it wasn't your regular household spider. I mean, it was humongous. And I had to really sit with that whole experience because unfortunately I had to unalive the spider, which I really don't like to do to insects. And I had to sit with, where is this fear? Like what was it that I couldn't rescue the spider like I normally do? Put a cup over it and a sheet of paper and release it outside. But the fear took over and I had to unalive the spider, and I had to really sit with and ask, where did this fear come from? I was never afraid of bugs and spiders as a child. It makes you really think, who told me to be afraid? I've never been bitten by a spider. I've never had a spider harm me before. But somewhere along the way, I forgot about my love for insects. Also, I had a dragonfly that was trapped under the hood of my car recently, and it was just making a buzzing sound, and I felt so bad because there was no way that I could release it. When you pay attention, when you're fully present in nature, nature will do everything in its power to get your attention, is what I'm saying. Even a video came across my timeline about how dragonflies are couriers of messages from the spirit realm. Then I look outside and I see a grackle try to catch a dragonfly in mid-flight. And the dragonfly was completely unbothered, as if it was not even in any kind of threat or danger. Nature has always been my friend, my teacher, my happy place ever since I was a child. Spirit drawing me back to my greatest teacher has been a huge gift for me. Now I'm like, okay, what else has gotten clouded over that needs to be called forth for the next iteration of myself to flourish? I just wanted to share what came through for me personally on that. Going to the bottom row, we have good fortune here. And I love ladybugs. Every time I see ladybugs, it makes me think of good fortune. There's 2 ladybugs here and a 4-leaf clover in the middle. Okay, 1 second. You cannot make this stuff up. As I'm telling you guys the story about my love for insects as a child, I felt something crawling on me, and when I pulled my shirt over my shoulder, a ladybug popped out of my shirt onto the table, and I took a couple of quick pictures of it, but I'm telling you, this is the type of thing that constantly happens to me. I love ladybugs. They make me happy. And the reading is about happiness and blessings coming. And we also have the clover card down in the bottom left-hand corner with 2 ladybugs on it that I pointed out in the reading. So I am happy to know that spirit is in the room, Ashe. And I just wanted to take pause and give thanks and gratitude to that. Ashe to the ladybug. The dog represents something that you can rely on, trust, loyalty, certainty. You know, it's interesting that it's below the uncertainty card, right? So it diminishes the confusion and the uncertainty here because we're being supported by something that we can rely on. And the ship representing something that's been a long time coming. Good fortune has certainly been a long time coming. Nothing can block this, no matter how hard they try to distract and confuse us externally. The ship has sailed, my friends. Nothing can stop this good fortune from flowing into our lives. Now let's look at the columns here. In the first column, again, something new. This is an opportunity, and this is good fortune. A new, fortunate opportunity. Here again, the reading will even reconfirm what you've already seen in the cards. Good fortune, going back up this way, unlocks something new or creative. Either way you look at it, it's a good thing. In the second column, this to me feels like trust because it's holding up this confusion or this uncertainty, but then there's a decision point where you will no longer be on the same path going straight. You'll be redirecting. And so I see this as trust the process as it unfolds. You will see your way clear. It may already be happening for you. Like I said, you may come out of the storm redirected. Just like the last reading that I posted, you will not be continuing on your same path. I don't know if you guys remember, we had the path card in the middle too. There is a shift upon us. And the sun next to this path card, that's a good thing. So this redirection is going to be a positive redirection. Going to the third column now, a long-awaited the ship or long-term blessing will arrive, and it's a good thing. Something that has been a long time coming will be bearing unimaginable gifts. I mean, you've got an extremely powerful blessing card here with the sun on top of it. So this is a huge blessing that's been a long time coming. And the key card has a sun in the right-hand corner. So you have basically a double sun here. With this cloud clearing, this is a knighting motion. The key is going to unlock the confusion and uncertainty to your powerful blessing. And what we discussed about Jupiter, this is going to be expanding you. This shift. Looking diagonally, like I said, the cloud is surrounded by positive cards. If you look at the corner cards, you have new, you have positivity, you have good fortune, and you have something that's coming in towards you that's been long awaited. It's going to stay for a while, and it's going to expand you, and you can be sure about that in any way that you choose. In any way that you choose. So guys, go be great. You can't be denied or deterred here. The ship has sailed. This good fortune here that you aren't fully realizing or can't fully see, or you know something is brewing but you can't put your finger on it, or you're not quite sure how to move forward, that's going to clear up for you here. You're going to get real clear on what it is that you need to do on whatever is developing. And I would pay attention to what areas of your life bring you joy. Is it your children? Is it a new venture that you've begun? Is it a new dream that you're trying to manifest? Have you been working on a new project for quite some time? And now you're putting pen to paper. You're actually doing actions that are pushing you towards your goal. Because it's one thing to think about and dream and desire to do something, and it's quite another thing to actually start doing the work that brings it into reality. So this reading is about tapping in to your inner child and what he or she would have wanted you to be doing right now. Calling in your joy with intention, calling in your peace, going within, resonating with what brings you joy, and taking action, taking baby steps towards implementing what it is you would like to accomplish. You will not be denied. You cannot be denied when you do this process. This has been a long time coming. Your inner child has been waiting on you. The clouds are fixing to clear up, and you're going to be real clear on the next steps that you need to be taking. And your reward is waiting for you. So pay attention to what you want to do for you, and less attention to external distractions and the chaos ensuing in the world. That is not your business. You're about the business of what you came to earth to co-create with spirit, with source. So this is what I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another collective read. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please comment and let me know how and if this reading resonates. Any questions that you have, let me know. If you would like a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. You can reach out to me for your requests and pricing. I also do natal chart analysis and transits and progress charts. If you would like a card reading, I could deliver it to you either as a written report or as a personally recorded video like this one we have here. Until next time, peace be with you. Ashe.